She was an African queen and feared as a demon across Europe. At 60 years old, she still fought at the front lines wielding a battle axe, and when a Portuguese governor once called her a savage during a meeting and refused to offer her a chair, she sat on one of her male servants instead. This is the story of Queen Nzinga of Ndongo. Nzinga was born in 1583 in what was then the Kingdom of Ndongo, a little later known as Matamba, and is now Angola. Back then, her home was colonized by the ever-expanding Portuguese Empire, who were enslaving people by the tens of thousands for their own gains. Nzinga was the sister of her country's king, a man who let the Portuguese ruin his country. Some say Nzinga saw her brother as weak and poisoned him. Some say the King of Ndongo died of natural causes in 1624. Either way, Nzinga took the throne and as Queen of Ndongo, she wasn't just a figurehead, she was a general and a leader. Rather than giving the Portuguese more tribute than slaves, she gave them war. Nzinga opened her kingdom to all slaves that sought refuge no matter where they were from. Any runaway slave was welcomed here and given a weapon to fight to maintain his freedom. In doing this, she effectively built an army that, well, it was literally fighting for its freedom and had absolutely nothing to lose. Then the 60-year-old Nzinga led this army into battle herself. They killed many Portuguese troops across various skirmishes, terrorizing them with guerrilla warfare for decades, burning down their plantations, cutting off their supply lines, and gaining independence one battle at a time. The colonizers eventually spread false propaganda that she was a cannibal and kept a harem of male concubines that men fought to their death for the prize of sleeping with her, only to be executed and eaten by her anyway. They called her the Black Widow, but all their lies and completely made-up attempts of demonizing her, it only made Nzinga more feared by the colonizers. Queen Nzinga and her ex fought in dozens of battles for 40 years, while she was also ruling the country and turned it into a commercial power with an actual centralized economy focused on agriculture and trade rather than slavery. The Portuguese, they tried to assassinate her about 5 times but failed. Every single time they couldn't kill her, they couldn't defeat her in battle, so eventually the Portuguese gave up and signed the peace treaty, recognizing Queen Nzinga as a legitimate ruler of what was now known as Matamba, and withdrew some of their claims to the territory in favor of trade relations. And so, having changed the course of history, Queen Nzinga eventually died peacefully in her bed at age 81. She died a free woman on her own land and on her own terms.